183 here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you all had a great and productive day today. I just want to do a quick video. Well, first, I want to thank all my new subscribers. I appreciate it. Thank all the new views that I've been getting. I'm not expecting to get thousands and thousands of views and subscribers my second week of starting this page. But I'm very grateful for everyone who's viewed and everybody who subscribed to my page. I wanted to do a quick comment about a quick comment about a comment that was made under my video that I did when I was in the range with my Mossberg 20 gauge, and the guy was telling me, I guess it was a guy, I don't know, he was telling me to stop flagging the ceiling as I was shooting. So I don't know if he tried to get an argument out of me, thinking that I'm gonna argue back with him or something like that. I got some in my eye. Anyway, argue back with him or something like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm not a internet warrior. You know, I didn't start my this content channel to argue with people. I'm open for advice. If you see me doing something wrong, call me out on it. I'm not a gun expert. And I'm not this overly tactical guy that think I know it all. I'm not John Wick. I'm none of that. So if I'm seeing something wrong, I'm sorry, if I'm doing something wrong, call me out on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm a very humble person. You know, and that's not even in my character to go back and forth with somebody, especially on the internet. So man, I appreciate you telling me. If you felt like I was flagging the ceiling every time after I ejected the shell out, you know, I appreciate you telling me that. You know, so I'm not gonna argue with nobody like that. I'm a very cool person, man. And I didn't like if I told myself if I ever created a channel or did anything on the internet, I won't use my platform to speak negative about anybody. It will always be positive content. I would never talk down on the next man or the next woman on my channel. So if you're expecting me to do that, then you might as well not even subscribe to me, because I'm not talking negative about anybody. So that's that. And I want to give a shout out to Hammy 3D Prints. If y'all don't know, some of you may know who he is, some of you may not know, but this guy, he 3D prints all the accessories that you need for your firearm. I mean, and this guy, he's real good, real good guy. He does real good work, and when your product come in, he'll send a little starburst in there too. But I thought that was pretty cool too. So, but he did that with my little fun toy here, another fun toy that I got in my collection. And disclaimer: the firearm is clear. If the ammo that I have in here is YouTube prop ammo, it's not real ammo, but this is my PSA AKV, my Palmetto State Armory AKV, chambered in 9mm. The firearm is clear, and I have a video coming up on this, coming up real soon. I got my Sig Sauer Romeo 5 on here with my Magpul furniture, with my SB Tactical brace that I added on here. And this thing is a real fun toy. But what Hammy 3D Prints did, he made my coupler. He made my coupler right there. 3D printed coupler, which is very, very nice. And it came in pretty quick too. Very fast shipping as well. And it's holding up pretty well. But yeah, new video alert coming soon with my PSA AKV9. Very, very nice, man. I love this thing, man. This thing is an absolute joy to shoot, and this is one of my other home defense setups that I have. So so yeah. But yeah, I said when I started this channel, I'm not gonna be the type, and I'm not knocking nobody who doing it, who like to sit and just talk about two-way stuff, just like to sit in front of a camera. I'm not knocking nobody who does that. But I told myself that if I'm gonna start this channel, I want to do less talking and more action. I'm gonna go out and shoot more. You know, not just gonna just sit in front of a camera and just talk for 20 minutes, and I'm just not gonna do that. I'm a hands-on type person, and I've always have been. I'm not knocking nobody, other content creators who does that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But Uncle Bunny 83 is not gonna do that. So the videos that I like to make is like, why do I like videos? Just like my Kel Tech, the reason why do I like the firearm, and and I try to break down what the firearm is about. Again, I'm not a gun expert. These are just my opinions, and the reasons why I like the guns. So video is gonna be coming real soon about my baby, my AKV9, and it is clear YouTube. So yeah, but yeah, man. And also, my last video with my Kel-Tec, you know, uh, I had a guy ask me, "What were you shooting at?" And I'm not a boastful person. I'm not a bragging, boastful person at all. But you know, I'm very fortunate. God has blessed me to have my own land to shoot on. So all my videos, except for the one, sometimes I get in the mood to go to the range. Like when I got a few shorts, I think with my Springfield Echelon and my Mossberg 20 gauge. Sometimes I go to the range. I get in the mood and I go to the range, a local indoor range here, which we don't have much to choose from in my little small city in here in Phenix City, Alabama. But but I'm fortunate enough to have my own land, so I don't have to ask anybody, "Hey, can I shoot on your property?" Or no, I got my own land. God has blessed me with my own land, so all my videos that I'm doing from here on out, they're on my own land. Like my Kel-Tec video that I did is on my own land. So God is good, and I'm very fortunate for that. So just a quick video that I wanted to do. And again, a big shout out to Hammond 3D Prints. And again, be on the lookout for that new video, that PSA AKV9, coming real soon. You will enjoy it. I promise you. It's going to be a good video. So, with that being said, I hope you all stay prepared, stay alert, and stay armed. Peace.